Hi everyone, you're at NGN. I'm Julian. I'm here with Tadek from Shadow Warrior 2. We talked to you guys at E3 about the game, got some preliminary info, and now here we are at PAX, and now I understand there are some updates about the sequel to Shadow Warrior 1.
So yes, we are showing some new stuff. We are constantly trying to show new stuff since we started with the whole project. This time around we are showing a cyber setting, so it will be a Zilla city. Kind of an homage to our first game, Hard Reset. It was entirely cyberpunk, and this city is kinda similar to what you've seen in Hard Reset. Of course, with our own take. It's very vertical. Actually, this is one of those levels that shows the verticality of the game. Before the demos that we showed at PAX East, then at E3, then at QuakeCon, they were kind of flat leveled, more of a horizontal. And Zilla City is actually really vertical, where you can tap into the whole prowess of movement of Lowang. Lowang is a ninja. He can drop from any height without any danger. There's no fall damage in the game. He can jump around. He can jump and dash in the air. So that's that particular environment that allows you to kind of tap into that.
Yeah, this is
mobility of the character.
That's an important difference from Shadow Warrior 1, right? You guys were talking about you wanted to make the levels more open and one of the ways to do that, right, is accessing that third dimension of verticality, and it does make sense very well, like you said, because Lowang is a ninja. You've also added some weapons, as I understand it. Some of them are ninja-like, some of them are not. You're going to tell us about some of these.
They're absolutely ninja-like. All of those weapons are absolutely ninja-like, since Lowang is using them, so they must
Therefore, they must be ninja-like.
Therefore, they must be ninja. So yeah, for this time we are showing one of my favorite, chainsaw katana.
Chainsaw katana.
Yeah. So we had a chainsaw in the game, we had a lot of katanas, so why not have both?
Yeah. I don't see any reason to choose between the two.
The best of the two worlds. In general, there will be 70 plus weapons in the game, and all of those will be upgradable, fully upgradable, because as you know, this time around we kind of turned into the direction of a looter, shooter, slasher thing, so the levels are not only open, but they're also kind of randomized, not randomly generated.
Procedurally generated?
No, not at all.
No.
It's not Lowang Sky, it's Shadow Warrior 2. So absolutely, it's not a procedural system. We have total control on how the levels are created. There will be, they will be taken from a kind of a pre-produced pool, and within those levels there will be parts which will be further randomized. So for example, you can have the same setup of a level, but in the middle of it you will have a huge castle when you play for the first time. When you play the game for the second time, there will be, for example, a mine 100 meters deep. Again, for the sake of verticality of levels. So there will be a lot of cool tweaks to that, and you will be able to replay those levels many times without getting bored.
So you talk about all these weapons that you have in the game, over 70 of them, and it sounds like as you're playing along, you can just switch on the fly, and it's totally that run and gun style, because Shadow Warrior 2 is obviously a sequel to the first one, which was a reboot of a 90s game. So we're kind of there again, where we're kind of bringing back this 90s nostalgia gameplay feel again, and getting back to this more fun side.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily only the nostalgia feel. Like, I have this strong feeling that modern shooters, they went in that direction of a kind of a shooting galley thing, where you use mostly one gun. Because it's your favorite, you upgrade it with some sights and laser dots and whatnot, and then you are just running from a cover to cover, just popping and getting the pot shots and then hiding again. Like, we went in the thank God for Doom, which sounds really weird considering what Doom consists of, but thanks for Doom that brought that old school gameplay, which is focused on movement, on cool guns, on interacting with the enemies, like interacting in very weird ways, like for example with the chainsaw. So they kind of paved the way for that old school kind of a gameplay oriented shooter. It's not necessarily nostalgia, we just have to bring back the old school gameplay shooters.
Yeah. And one of the other things that I feel like old school games did well that I don't see as much, you see a lot of multiplayer in newer games, but there's not a lot of co-op. And I understand you guys are doing 4-player co-op too in Shadow Warrior 2.
Up to 4 players, drop in, drop out. Everybody will be playing as Lowang, so they will perceive the whole story from the perspective of Lowang. That being said, they can choose a skin with which they will be visible in the world. So, for example, here at PAX we have a special Cop Ninja skin, like reserved for PAX attendees. So you will have this kind of a customization from one side, but you will also participate in the story, you know, like full single player experience, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like this is going to be, just based on this interview, I've never been corrected so much in my life, and I've never been so happy to be corrected so much. It sounds like Shadow Warrior 2's got some interesting stuff on offer. When's it coming out?
It's coming out October 13th for PCs and
Cool, so October 13th for PCs, you guys, and check out The Wang and Shadow Warrior 2. Thank you so much, Tata, for talking to us today. Thank you guys for tuning in to NGN.